Good morning, everybody. It is a rainy Thursday morning, and I just got back in from doing barn chores. Had to take care of the chickens and the horses and the cat. Um, I just wanted to pop on because things are definitely shifting, and we're getting a lot of questions like when is the market crashing and what's happening with interest rates and is it still a good time to sell? And I just wanted to address things quickly from both the seller and the buyer perspective. From a seller's perspective, in a quote, normal or stable market where we have equal demand and equal inventory, we typically have closer to 6 months of inventory sitting on the market to meet buyer demand. Right now, we are approaching 6 to 8 weeks of inventory. So we were literally in the negative with the amount of homes on the market versus the buyers that needed them. And things are absolutely starting to equalize. So things are not normal. We are not back in a completely, stable market, but we're able to take a breath. It's not 10 to 20 showings in a weekend and then things going under contract before you have the opportunity to even see it as a buyer. However, that does involve resetting expectations for sellers. And now when I'm meeting with sellers, I'm saying, your house might be on the market for 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. We might hold open houses. We might have to double up our marketing efforts, which we should be doing anyway. And that things are not going to sell immediately for over list price. And that also, involves pricing your home correctly from day one, which is my favorite topic. And I will always harp on it. I have a couple of listings that just hit the market. And again, I think I said this last time, one of them is priced very right. And we have a couple of showings this weekend, and I'm confident it'll go under contract relatively quickly. And we have a couple that are, kind of reaching for the stars still at a higher price point, and we haven't had a lot of interest in them. Especially in neighborhoods. And you have to, get an agent that knows the neighborhood, knows the market, or puts in the research for you. If your specific neighborhood or area has a lot of inventory, you're going to have to start competing with those other homes. And that likely means pricing lower for what you have compared to what other homes have to make your home more attractive to a buyer. Homes in markets where there is not a lot of inventory still are enjoying the benefit of being one of the only homes on the block that's available, so everyone's going to go look at it. But yeah, so I have a couple of really great homes right now for sale, but it's just interesting seeing what's happening with each of them depending on the very different hyper local markets. So it's important to have an agent that will explore that with you, talk to you about it openly and honestly about any challenges that you might face when listing your home. This also means that preparing your home for sale is very important, and making sure it's clean, making sure those little repairs are taken care of, making sure things that might turn a buyer off are taken care of. We're always happy to provide staging consultations. We get all of our listings cleaned for free on us, or we do a move out clean. We're here to support you with any contractors you need, anything like that. But it's just important to put that little bit of extra effort in right now to make your home shine to potential buyers. For buyers, I know that everybody's worried about rising interest rates. It's true. 7% is something we haven't seen in a very long time. I do want to remind buyers you can always refinance. A home is a long-term investment. You're going to be in it for 30 years, maybe, sometimes 5, sometimes 10, but you're planning for 30 years, right? And so interest rates are not going to stay at 7%, just like this market was never going to stay a complete seller's market with inflated prices and multiple offers. It's a pendulum. It's the economy. Things always go back and forth and fluctuate. So just remember that you may be paying a fair price for a home today with a higher interest rate. You can always refinance. And also, there are many lenders are offering a 2-to-1 mortgage buy down program or even additional programs. Depending on the lender, where you can ask for a seller credit to buy down your interest rate. So if your interest rate would be at a 7, with a seller credit, that's typically less than giving like a full 3% seller help. We can buy down your interest rate to be 5% for the first year, 6% for the second year, and then to your 7% for the third year. So that's a great way to save money on your payments. If some buyers are having what we're called sticker shock, right? Like if I could afford $2,000 and that would be this expensive of a house before. Well, now I might be only able to afford this much. So it's a great way for buyers to get a little bit of a break on their payment. And then hopefully, well, and most likely within the next year or two, rates will come back down to a point where you'd want to refinance and put yourself back in a payment where, you're more comfortable. You still need to qualify at the higher rate with the higher payment, but it's a nice way to get that break and kind of reset your expectations, especially if the house you're buying needs some work or some updates. Maryland has also released more grant programs, and we're always happy to do research. We have a couple of great, wonderful lenders we partner with. We're always trying to find opportunities for our buyers to get closing cost assistance, or get their rates lowered through different credits or programs. So I just wanted to check in with you about the market. Things are shifting. There is no crash that is imminent. It's just, we just need to adjust, and that's a big part of real estate, right? Is you're always adjusting for the market. And it is more complicated when it's a huge asset like a house and it's a huge decision, and it involves a 30-year commitment. I get it. Like buying a car even is not like this at all. But we're here for you. We make it our job and our responsibility to stay up to date on the market every day, keep our thumb, on the pulse of how things are shifting. And we're always here to answer any questions you have or provide any resources that you need. So I hope you have a wonderful day and a great weekend ahead. Thanks for tuning in.